For that, go for this.
Here we go.
Bam! That just happened. Only 4 minutes late.
The following program is intended for mature audiences.
Don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you.
Welcome, human. I am ready for you.
We show onboard computer synchronization.
Roger that.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Let's rock! Oh, you're going straight to hell for that one.
That's the fact, Jack!
Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
Is this moron number one? Put moron number two on the phone.
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you, I make you laugh. What do you mean funny? Funny how? How am I funny?
I know that, dude.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Sure, monkeys might fly out of my butt.
Uh-oh, my heart just stopped. Ah, there it goes.
This is a very odd song to start with. But I dig it. I had completely forgotten about this song until last night. Johnny.
Duran's big comeback.
Yep. Johnny was talking about it last night on his show. This is the instrumental version, so it goes for a long time.
There we go.
See, what happened with Duran Duran? How come they weren't cool like this all the time?
Well, they were cool in the 80s. And then
Can you turn up a little bit, please? Up a little bit.
Here, how about
There you
that?
go. Perfect.
Here, how about that?
I probably had the music too damn loud.
For you do.
The music's too damn loud though, but I love it. It's a great song.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like if I was still like back in my days of partaking in herbal experimentation, for lack of a better term.
Yes.
Oh, this would be it. I'd be like, because the nice thing about it though is, there is a little bit of view
the
in
backup
there,
vocals.
yeah. Backup vocals. Yeah. By the way, Dune and Bob Show. It is Sunday, November 30th of the 2014 variety. I think is what we're calling it. Something like that. How's everybody doing out there? We're doing good. We're just rocking out to. It's not a music show, by the way.
You know, it's funny. I've found the secret to hosting a music show.
Which is what?
With
Which is
Emily.
never play music.
No, which is
last night.
Which is get Emily drunk.
Oh,
is
it was
the
actually
secret.
pretty fun. I got to listen to quite a bit. I was on for quite a while
Because
last night.
usually Emily's like picking on me for my songs. It's like I remember one time I did a show and I played "Come Undone" by Duran Duran, and she criticized.
And she
me.
hated it.
She was like, you always pick the worst songs by a band." Which, granted, 80s Duran Duran is.
See the Hungry Like a Wolf.
classic.
I didn't. It was all right. But it was 80s. It was that kind of stuff. But
well,
this is like next level, man. Oh, come on.
You know, I like both of them, and they're both different things to me, but I think Duran Duran is better known as an 80s band than because in the 90s, they really only had a brief comeback, and that was it. Whereas in the 80s, they were on top of the world.
You wonder what happened to that, though. Why didn't this work?
Well, it worked, but they didn't sustain it, you know?
Maybe it's because they weren't attached to a good movie. Sometimes that makes a difference. I don't know if that's the case here.
We could do some research and have a nice
like
detailed discussion on the finer points of the music industry and what works and what doesn't.
What doesn't work.
But the point is Emily's like, you picked their worst song. You know, she was expecting 80s Duran Duran. And I'm like, hey,
But she came around, though, yeah. That was the
but
best
she
part
was
of it.
drunk last night, so she loved anything I was throwing out there. If she recognized it, she loved it. She was even singing along to Land
This
Down
was
Under.
Emily's 5-hit last night.
Yes.
That was
She
it.
Totally 5-hitting to it. Yeah,
That was 5-hit stuff last night.
Wait, that doesn't sound right if you think about that.
Yeah, that could have sounded wrong. That could have sounded wrong.
She was
Hey, by the
totally
way,
grooving to it.
if anybody, don't hit this. If anybody's out there, by the way, want to do me a favor, if you would go to Vaughn, if you're not on the YouTube stream, if you would just switch over just quickly, just to see if it works. What is it? Vaughn, VAUGHN live.tv.
Yeah, VAUGHN live.tv/ whatever your username is.
Dune. It's very hard to remember.
Dune. Okay.
Dune. Dune.
Oh, not
It's-
DOON.
No, I just Dune. Yeah, okay, Johnny's in. Hey, Johnny Gayer's in the room. Yeah, okay, Johnny's in. Hey, Johnny Gayer's in the room.
Wait,
I don't know if it's too loud or not.
I think it's using your built-in mic on your webcam. Because it doesn't hear me, it just hears you talking.
Oh,
yourself.
isn't that sweet? That's next level stuff.
That's next level stuff.
Here, let's try this. Hang on. Here we go. Go for mic input and saving settings. Wow. Holy shit. I just went total there. Well, that was like from the basement of the science building. We're live with Dorm Radio, DORMs. Here, try it now. I'd see if are you getting anything now? Here, try it now. I'd see if are you getting anything now?
Yeah.
Here, try it now. I'd see. Ooh, are you getting anything?
Yeah.
It's like way too loud. Though.
All right. Well, that's enough. Making
somebody else go in there and check it out.
Yeah, but no, it works. It works. It's just that when I do it, we make a loop back, and that's always fun.
It's always big fun stuff to do the loop back stuff. Oh well.
But that's how we found out that you were talking to yourself. Crazy Dune guy talks to himself.
Crazy Dune guys.
That would be the channel.
It's
like,
the
people that aren't familiar.
You know what? That could be.
This.
But here's the thing, though. Have you watched some of the crap on here?
Dude,
I'm telling you, there is just no telling of what it could be.
The funny thing is that you bring up the site and they got radio type things that are semi-professional. But
yes.
That's never what loads on the front page when you go there.
No. It's always some dude. It's a dude with no shirt.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's
never
and he's
shirts.
And he's sitting
there
and he's sitting shirts on the front page.
And for what I'm gonna have to get me one of those the smokeless little thingies like this, because they all smoke them.
Yeah, smoking.
And
no
this
shirt.
This dude yesterday.
Bike.
We talked about one of my. One of my long lost channels that from back in the Stickcam day, which was the '70s channel.
Yeah.
Which I think the guys, and I can't think of the dude's name now.
'70s channel featuring '80s.
Yeah. Well, this guy's cool. This guy's really
70s.
cool. This guy's really cool. How do I tune into Emily's show on Saturday? You go to wildbunchradio.com Saturday night.
Well, we trade off. Yesterday was my turn, but the next Saturday, that's midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific. Is every other Saturday is the final countdown with Emily, and I co-host.
Gotcha. Now, I was going to say, Whacked Out said it sounds good on there, so.
Oh, that's good.
Well, it's good. It works. But the 70 channels, like I said, they have different dudes that do, it's like a network is what they do. They have other people that do shows, which is kind of fun to watch because they play good songs. I like the music. There was the Hank and Jim. I don't really care for them I like them as the DJ guys on there, the Hank and Jim Network, whatever you want to call it. But I don't dig the old music. They play like really old stuff, and that I'm not into. Or at least the '70s channel like the song we just played. They play stuff like that too. The different people because and this is the whole thing. What I like about it is I spent a lot of time yesterday kind of looking around the last couple of days, but there's different people that do shows on there. And there's a younger kid does the show. Like I said, one's smoking though. I don't know why I hold this in my hand. This is not what this is. This is a pen for you people out there. But the ones that smoke the not smokeless pipes. The what are they called?
The e-cigarettes.
Vapor pipes. Yes, the e-cigarettes. That's it. Well, this kid's just driving me nuts. That he's got a microphone. It's an EV microphone, not the same model, but one like mine. It's these aren't cheap, and he's and just blowing it straight into the microphone. I'm going like, dude, what are you doing? It's like, yes. I'm like, it's like almost every time he does it, I almost want to. There's no way to call in. I was like, would you stop doing that?
Did you write it in the chat room?
I should have. I didn't do it.
It's funny. I got the front page up right now, and the guy has on a shirt actually, but he just put something in his mouth. I think it's an actual. Is this an e-cigarette?
Maybe it is. Some of them go hardcore and go ahead and smoke cigarettes. They do.
But we hear his laptop speakers basically right now.
Easter ham spammer.
And there you go.
This is what's getting featured.
That's what's getting featured. You're exactly right.
Meanwhile,
there
I
are
thought
ways.
my show is amateurish.
I haven't done anything. I have not actually gone in and done anything. This is just my handle I use to just go and look at stuff. But we thought, hey, as a fallback, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it with my Saturday shows because.
Well, I think it worked out well, especially since you figured out how to do stereo, and I haven't done that yet because I suck at this. I guess.
Well, Vamp taught me that long ago because Stickcam was like that.
I did not know that.
You could stream to Stickcam using.
You would think with the power of, I could figure this crap out, but no.
Well, it's Adobe Flash Media Live encoder that you get that allows you to stream video to sites like that. Using Flash, and you just got to get the URL and the stream.
Yeah, and I think there's actually
the fact explains how to
there's
do
a
it.
help thing in there that walks you through that, isn't there?
Right.
If memory serves, something like that. Oh well, I don't know.
But yeah, and I can walk you through it, and that lets you, because I was setting it to 128 kilobit per second stereo audio, so I mean that was even better than the Wild Bunch stream. And I set it to the 640 by 480 video full frame instead of cropping the widescreen. So my video is actually looking a bit better than it looks on here right now. And,
well, that's something else too. I just like looking at the video compared to, say, I don't know. The video I'm looking at doesn't look all that great. That's on the Vaughn part, as opposed to what's on my YouTube is pretty damn good.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you're just going on the site, clicking connect, which gives you very basic settings, and also mono. And I know this because I tested this before I did the show. I wanted to see will I get
good
stereo.
Dude, man. I'm telling you, you should be able to make a living from this.
Yeah. Someone send me money, please.
But you should.
You should.
No, I will have to give you this.
If you listened to my show last night, you owe me at least $20.
I was
at
going to
least
say,
$20 worth.
You're going to have to get
right
that
there.
money back somewhere from playing from all that beer.
Well, I know. I bought the beer using the overtime funds. I got a fridge full of beer because when you staycation, what else do you got but beer?
That's true. That's absolutely true. Speaking of beer,
yeah, I had one this weekend.
You broke training, didn't you?
No,
I should go drink a beer.
Okay, $1 million question: what type of beer?
Sam Adams Summer Ale.
Wait a minute. Summer
what?
ale?
It was in the fridge.
Summer ale?
Yeah.
No. It's not summer.
Who gives a shit? It was in the fridge.
How long has that been in the
winter
fridge?
lager. You want to get the winter lager in the winter.
Look, I don't drink dark beer.
I got to get Damon's new picture, by the way.
I drink light beer. Why do I need a new picture?
Oh, I still have the picture of you and Killian.
We need to fix
when
this.
you come on, I actually have a thing that says on Skype, Damon Fabry.
Oh. You should go look at my Facebook profile pic.
I got to listen to you play the $7,000 keyboard in the place.
Oh, yeah, Gators.
That was awesome because everybody's the guys that works are going like, holy shit, can you beat on those keys a little harder, dude?
No, Gators will appreciate this. I got to play on a genuine Hammond B3 this weekend.
Ooh,
it was pretty cool. The thing was like, first of all, do you have to
spinning speaker?
Well, you don't move this thing into the house. You just have this put somewhere, then they build the house around it.
I don't know. No, that's not true.
Well, this thing, but this is not something you just put in the corner of a room.
If you do, that should be felony punishable by death.
There you go.
No, literally, I walk in because I went with my cousin. I originally didn't even want to go to the music store because it's Sam Ash. I wanted to go to Guitar Center where they had the Korg that I always want to play on, but he didn't. They closed at 9. He didn't want to drive all the way over there. So I was like, all right, fine, So we walked in to the store, and of course, the first thing Rich does, he brings me over to the keyboard section. He's like, dude, there's this big ass. He called it a pipe organ. I'm like, there's no pipe organ in here.
See, I like that.
No, he's like, there's this big ass organ.
Bottle.
Yeah, he's like, there's this big ass organ. I'm like, bring me over there now. And
that would be like somebody telling Johnny there's this quad thing, and of course, and he gets there, and it's like
it's like stereo.
Quad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we walk over, and I put my hand, and he's like, it's Hammond B3. It's like, get the fuck out of my way, because being the Keith Emerson, John Lord, Rick Wakeman, Tony Banks,
Mark Stein.
What?
Organist of Vanilla Fudge, Mark Stein.
I don't listen to him. Pink Floyd. Boston, you know. I mean, these guys like rock the Hammond B3. So, of course, the first thing I did, turning one of those on is an interesting adventure because there's two power switches. One that you got to kind of hold in the up position for a while, and then you wait about 30 seconds, and then you flip the other switch, and you wait about a minute before this thing even fires up. Okay? Anyone who says their keyboard takes too damn long to start up needs to firing up one of these damn things. And then, you know, I found it, and there's like, I mean, this thing was the full-blown thing. I mean, it had the two keyboards, it had bass pedals, it had the actual Hammond bench. I mean, the whole set. And
oops.
And of course, so what do I do? What's the first thing I do? But I find the volume pedal, push it all the way to the floor so the thing is cranked up as loud as it'll fucking go.
Yeah, what could go wrong there?
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
Well, see, what was beautiful is down on the other side is some jerk-off trying to play like Beethoven on a piano. Fuck that, man. Crank that fucking bitch up, hit a fucking low D chord, started playing every Deep Purple lick I knew, chased him out of the fucking room. Like, nah, I will
play a little bit of this here. And that does have that classic sound. You just got to smile ear to ear, man.
Oh, I do. Come on, man. Like, that's a keyboard player's wet dream right there. At least most of us.
$7,000.
What you need to do is you needed to throw out a little.
That one I don't know.
Oh, you need to learn that one. There we go. Go back to some real classic Deep Purple.
What I should do is I should brush up on my what was their first hit?
Hush.
Yes, I should brush up on Hush.
Yeah,
I haven't really learned that one all the way through, but I was playing like Perfect Strangers and stuff. Like I did 80s Purple, but
right.
Yeah, and then I launched into the two ELP songs that I do know, which is Hoedown and little segments of Carnival 9 First Impression Part 2.
Of course. But yeah, Hush would be a good one to learn.
That wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, but I just love that.
Well, I didn't know. So where have you played one of these before, I guess? It'd be another good question.
The only other time when I was first dating Kim One, there was there was one of those stores in the mall. This is in the late 90s. And like in the malls in New Jersey in the 70s, there was always, and 80s, and even into the 90s a bit, there was always that one store that sold organs. It was the organ store. Mm-hmm. But it was all those like, home organs. Like some old lady would buy these things for like $1,000, I guess, and set them up in the room, and nobody knew how to fucking play them, and they had like built-in rhythms. It was like a Casio in an organ cabinet, okay? And
there you go.
So we walked in, and we went, and because my girlfriend, like, we had to leave to get her roommate a little bit. But of course, she knew, there's a music store in the mall. I'm going to take Damon over there. In the back of the store, they had one of these Hammond organs. I think it was the same Hammond B3. Although I don't know if it was hooked up through the same rotating Leslie cabinet or not. But I think that was only like $3,500 for that organ. But my girlfriend's after about 20 minutes, is trying to drag me out of the store. I said, "You might get me to leave, but my hands are staying here." And I walking out, she finally gets me off the thing, and I'm trying to bribe her by playing every Pink Floyd song I knew, because I knew she loved Pink Floyd, but we had to go get her roommate. I said, "Don't sell this." Because, salesman's going to listen to me.
Yeah.
But I pretty much said the same thing at Samus. I'm like, "Don't sell this." I'm gonna
keep it here for me to play.
just leave it here. Like, you're not gonna sell. Who's gonna pay? Because on top of paying
you accept Dell credit,
right? Well, on top of paying $7,000, how the hell are you getting out the store? I mean, did you see the picture of this thing?
Oh yeah, that's big.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. That's what got me too. Is like you have to really have somewhere to put this. There, I've changed your picture now. So
yeah. You don't, your apartment can't even fit it, even if you.
No. I state in the longer video that because I uploaded 2 videos. That video you saw my cousin took and sent to me. It was the longer video that I took. But I said I have nowhere to put this, and not even anywhere close to the credit to buy it.
Somebody says Forge and Loopy are on the NHP stream. I'm just hearing you guys on YouTube. That's not good.
I don't think so. Hold on, let me check.
That's not good. It shows
No.
that I'm... No what?
No. At least you're on the I state in the longer video.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's totally us on the stream.
Yeah. Sorry.
So that's the thing.
Never mind.
I know. Admittedly, I'll never be able to bring this back. But I'm just saying, I want to see someone cough up $7,000, and then be like, okay, try and fit this into my Yugo.
I think
you guys deliver that?
Here's the thing. Now, for the people that haven't seen, like I said, you really can't tell from the picture, but there's also something to your left.
Yeah, to the left is the speaker.
That's what actually makes the sound. Okay, that's the speaker part.
That's the speaker. Yeah.
And how big is that thing?
It's as tall as the organ.
Yeah, I couldn't tell how deep it was.
Like,
I mean,
it's deep. It's not light. Gators, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
The Leslie cabinet.
The Leslie cabinet has got the rotating speaker. You know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That is.
Yeah.
You know.
now when you say rotating speaker, you're talking about the thing on top that swirls around.
Yeah, it spins.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
yeah, it's kind of like that. But I mean, there's no way, because keep in mind too, not only do you have to move the organ itself, but there's bass pedals that you have to also accommodate for.
Mm-hmm.
There's the wiring. There's the little thing with the switches and knobs to control the rotating speaker, which is wired into the speaker naturally. I mean, look, people used to tour with this thing, and it weighs several hundred pounds. It takes like 4 or 5 people to move it. Okay.
Well, I was going to say it. I can imagine that.
Yeah.
How old is something like this?
It depends. They were made from Gators, the 20s, maybe even older than that.
I don't really know the history of the Hammond B3.
I'm surprised you don't, Mister. I'm into all vintage analog. You know.
I mean, was this thing made in the 70s? The one you were at, though? Do you know? Do you have any idea?
Know. No, I don't know. They were around in the
and
40s,
if they're worth $7,000
50s.
now, how much were they when they were made? I mean,
they went up in value. I mean, these are one of the
okay.
few things. I'm pretty damn sure you didn't pay $7,000 for it back then, but now
I see.
It's a vintage instrument, and Hammond B3 is vintage gear, so you're going to pay vintage prices for it. Believe me, if I had a house with and I said to my cousin, because I'm like, what the fuck are you going to buy that for? Because right behind this organ was the modern version of it, which was made by Suzuki bought Hammond, so now it's Hammond Suzuki, and it was the XK3. And it looks like your standard keyboard. And they wanted $2,100 for that used. Okay? But you play on that thing, and it sounds great, and it sounds like a Hammond organ, and then you walk over to the real thing. And you sit down, and you hit a chord on the real thing, and you're like, no. So my cousin's like sitting here, what the hell would you do with that? You wouldn't take that out to gig. I said, no. I'd put it in the studio, and I'd mic the fuck out of it.
Yeah, that's pretty
Put
cool.
2 mics on that thing, run it right into the computer, and that was the thing I would record the next Creator Maker EP with.
Yeah, that's cool. That'd be one of those things, true. You'd have to really think about it before you moved.
Maybe we need to put a Kickstarter out to buy Damon a
buy Damon a Hammond. Yeah,
I mean, if you could raise thousands of dollars for some potato salad, I think we could get Damon a Hammond B3 organ.
Well, there you go.
Wait, but I got nowhere to put it. You might want to raise the money for the house too.
Well, yeah, we'd have to do. Yeah, that's true. Details.
You'll sleep on the bench of the
Bullshit.
organ.
Listen,
so now you're being like Venison. You're just being picky.
Yeah.
No, look, I got a bed.
Oh, there we go.
okay?
We'll deliver it to Venison's house, and you can live there.
You will not deliver that to Venison's house.
Yeah, he doesn't want to.
Listen, if I can't have it, I'll set it on fire.
He doesn't want water on it.
I will set it on fire before I let him touch it. He is not desecrating that beautiful piece of work.
Yeah, well, you say you got the built-in person that can fix it, right? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, that's the other thing too. Something breaks on that. I don't know how it's.
Well, that's what I'm just curious. Did anybody come over and talk to you at all, or were you just like left alone?
Nah, see, because they know better than to come and talk to me, because I know more than they do.
Well, that's cool. That's what I'm saying. So I mean, it's one of the. I just didn't know if they gave you any, because the thing with a piece of equipment like that, you have to kind of wonder. It would be interesting to know what the history is behind it. Was it in a little old lady's house, only played on Sunday?
You could tell certain things.
Was it that kind of thing? Or
you could tell certain things, dude. I mean, this thing was in immaculate condition.
Or was it wrapped in shag carpet, much like the one on what was it? The Blues Brothers?
No, this thing was in beautiful condition. I mean, it was flawless. I mean, no marks on it, no nicks, no scratches. When you fired it up, it came up and it worked, and it was beautiful. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing. Like I said, I just was enjoying. As you could tell from that video, I was having a ball.
Oh yeah, yeah. It looked like you were having fun. Like I said, it was cool. It's neat to see. It's amazing that.
I never thought I'd see something like that in Sam Ash, in New Jersey. New York.
So was that something they took on consignment, or do they actually own it, or you don't know?
Someone was desperate for cash. That's
what I'm wondering.
Because
or an estate sale, I bet that happens a lot. You get sad who kicks off.
Because if Sam Ash is selling that for $7, some idiot probably didn't know what he had and was like, "I'll take 2 or 3."
Oh, I was gonna say probably half. I'd be willing to bet, if not more, because you figure if they got it listed for $699.9, they'll take probably 6 for it easily. I'm sure you could say $6,000.
I have a feeling that if they get even remotely close to an offer to that thing,
well, that's what I'm saying. There's probably one of those things that any real offer,
because it's going to take like 4 people to get it out the door.
Yeah, you're going to have to get Moose and Rocco in there with the.
I wish I could have been there to see how that transaction went down, because someone would have had to pull that thing up in a trailer at least. You're not fitting that in the pickup.
Yeah, I've never seen this on Pawn Stars, where somebody walks in and drops one of those things in the middle of the room.
Dude, you're not going to fit that in a pickup. Bob the Redneck's not driving up in a pickup with that thing in the back.
Yeah.
Okay?
No, let's hope
so, see, someone had to have driven up in a trailer, Or
went and picked it up from an estate, like you said, most likely. I bet that's probably what the case was.
I don't know because how would they, because you still would have needed a decent-sized van with no seats in it, at least.
Yep. Unfortunately, in a case like this, my scaffold would have done no good.
Nah.
Sorry.
But
sorry.
It was just
Johnny could have used his Phillips head screwdriver for something. Scaffold, no.
No. The scaffold
other than I could have took really good pictures of it from the scaffold.
Well,
yeah, you probably
awesome pictures from the scaffold. Yeah. Yes, there we go.
But that was just a beautiful piece of equipment right there, and I was just happy to get to play on it.
Well,
I even went because I had to buy some cables and stuff before I left. And I walk over to the guy and I ask him for the cable. And I say, "Look, I apologize for all the noise pollution you were hearing from the keyboard department." He's like, "No, man, that sounded great to me." I think they're happy for anyone who could play relatively decent, because most of the time, like, parents love to turn their kids loose in the keyboard department. And you
if you're lucky, you get chopsticks.
If you're lucky,
if you're lucky.
If you really want to have a little fun with that, you could always figure out how to play a little and sing along, of course.
Oh yeah, there you go.
With everyone's favorite.
I'm not sure what song this is. Oh.
There we go.
There's one problem with that.
There we go. Classic Billy Joel album.
Here's the problem with that. You need a wah pedal. You need much more distortion than I was able to get out of that thing.
You could have grabbed some equipment off the shelves there and rigged up in a tiller rig.
I gotta go grab a beer. I'll be right back real quick.
I'm gonna play Wonder Woman. There you go.
There you go.
Short spot there.
Yeah.
There we go.
Amplifier fire.
I'm sure Wonder Woman. That's a great one right there.
I don't know why he thinks this is shit. I love this.
It's a great album.
Oh, Tiller's crap. Hell no, man.
I love that album.
It's the one thing me and you might agree on musically.
Yes. Yes, the stylings of William Joel on the organ through effects pedals and everything.
See, what I should do the next time I go in there, I should pull out a knife and say I'm doing my best Keith Emerson and start stabbing the organ.
Oh my! You would leave the place in handcuffs.
Oh yeah, yeah. Nah, but I mean, I was even trying to do the thing where you turn it off, so you, like while you're still, the thing that they do where you like they're like you're getting it to like all bend the pitch and everything.
Sort of.
Right.
I'm surprised nobody came over and started screaming at me then, but I guess they all figured I knew what I was doing.
Yeah, it's got a good action to it.
Someone's got to play it, right?
Dune's drinking beer?
Yeah, I got 2 more to get rid of.
Doesn't that go against your Atkins?
Well, this is Michelob
okay.
Ultra.
He's got yellow water.
Michelob Ultra.
What he's got.
I like Michelob Ultra.
Well, that's the beer of carb dudes.
You people disappoint me.
Well, it's for light drinking.
Oh, Gators, now you're going to be the beer snob. I mean...
I don't necessarily want to be a beer snob. I mean, hey, if you like a little natty ice,
there's too much. There's too much light going through this beer.
Yes,
I like Killian's Red. Is that any better?
I like Killian's. Killian's is all right. I like Killian's. I like Molson Canadian. I like.
Thank you, Mr. Neighbor with the loud truck. You woke the dogs up.
Yeah. So that was like the highlight of my weekend was.
Well, that's cool. We'll have to see if we can.
Oh, I should have done some Kansas stuff too, because isn't there that one thing where he does the handstand on the organ?
Oh wow, now, be careful on me.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta wonder, does this place have like much like not court? What was the show? The party. Oh, the party on Wayne, party on Garth. That one, Wayne's World. Where they, where he starts to play Stairway to Heaven and it says no stairway. The big,
Yeah, the big sign. No
big
stairway.
sign. No stairway.
See, but you can't do that in the keyboard department, really.
Well, no, I just wonder if they had something similar to that. Well, I mean, now wait a minute. Now, is this the same kind of keyboard that the Doors used?
No, they used a different organ.
Oh, here you go. You should start doing things like this.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that would get me thrown out of the store.
I mean, you've seen this video. I mean, right now he's lying down on the floor with the organ lying down on top of him while he's pushing keys.
Wow.
That's my other hero.
That's nice.
Wait till he starts stabbing it.
Now imagine back in the day when they did have to move, when the roadies did have to move these damn things around.
I hope they got paid really well.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I mean, it's just...
Oh, knives are coming out.
Now, just out of curiosity, is this something that would have been in a church?
No.
They still use these in churches. I know Goldfingers plays on one.
I guess so. I guess the church would have picked one up. Yeah.
If you can afford it, yeah.
Here comes another knife. There we go. That would be great. You start doing this act at the store.
Yeah, I don't think you want to be that guy.
No, I don't want to be that guy.
No.
Well, I think I did get to see him do this in '97 when they came around, but his playing is not what it used to be because of all the he had surgery.
Yeah.
In the early '90s, and his
hands just aren't what they were.
No, he just can't do it, and it sucks because like I mean when you listen to him in like '74, he's fucking awesome. He's just,
here comes another knife.
Oh.
There we go.
That's just you don't see people do that. Look, Jimi Hendrix can kiss my ass.
Oh,
okay?
Now he's getting up on top of the organ and rocking it back and forth. Oh, this is a show.
Yeah, nothing can go wrong here.
See, but that's the thing, dude. I mean, what? Hendrix lit his guitar on fire. Whoo! I mean, this guy's fucking around with an organ that weighs a couple 100 pounds.
Now, was it Keith Emerson that fell off the stage once and security wasn't letting him back on? He's like, "No, I'm with the band."
Yeah, that's always good. Yeah,
is that him?
when you're that guy.
I think it was Keith Emerson fell off the stage and the security didn't believe it was really him when he was trying to get back on the stage. Like he went around and like, "No, you can't go past it. We can't finish the show."
You see the keyboard player on the stage.
Let me see if I can find that story again.
I'm that guy. I'm him.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I just love those like that like thing you were just hearing where he hits the chord and he goes. Whew!
You know, Damon, I do have to tell you though. Last week we were talking about that stick cam kind of alternative channel.
Yeah, I was calling to find out if you guys had done it yet.
Well, no. Well, Johnny did his show last night.
I did
his
my
music
Saturday night show
there.
on it. Yeah,
I did test it just to see if it worked a little bit ago, and it does. I just turned it back off.
And it defaults to his webcam mic.
I have to. Yeah. That was the great thing. It sounded like it's like there's a Dune and Bob Show coming to you live from the basement.
From the Burger King drive-thru.
That was before I realized that it grabs your microphone from the computer like it's your laptop. But one of the things, though, I'm telling you, you're missing a gold mine here. If you could just first of all, take your shirt off.
Second, get an e-cigarette.
Get an e-cigarette, and then just play the keyboard. Because that's the whole thing. Because normally it's just dudes like, well, I'm serious. You just go there, and the first thing you see is like, it's not like you're gonna get bumped into a radio station or something. There's just people just talking like, yeah, F and this, and then
right.
All right, I think I found the interview clip I was thinking about, which is audio. So let's see if this is right. I think this is a funny story. It's only about 2 minutes, complete with exploding sound effects to start out.
Of course,
because why not?
Is it a Star Wars clip?
No, it's.
Best one. We played at Empire Island. We're doing this. Keith's on top, and he's going all the bit, and he comes to the end. He's got it on his chest, and he's playing it from behind, which is amazing. I mean, how he can play it upside down beats me, but play it upside down as if he was playing it the right way. And it got to the end, and he vaulted back, and what he hadn't realised, he got it to the edge of the stage, and the stage was 10 foot up in the air. And all of a sudden, he goes, and the Hammond died away with a flick-off switch. And normally he would pass it back on, and I would come and he'd start playing the number again. It died away, and nothing. Me and him standing there going, diddle-dum, 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 and I'm going...
You and Brian?
Yeah. Where is he? I don't know. He bolted off into the audience because we couldn't see him.
Well, I disappeared into the dark depths of the pit. And it was one I didn't break any, bones or whatever, so I had to find my way back on stage. So I went to the side wings where there was the usual...
All the while.
All the while this going on stage. And I try and find my way back onto the stage, and there's this, as we used to call them in those days, jobs worth. It's more than my job's worth. Can't let you back in. You don't have a pass to come backstage. I said, well, I've just come...
Falling off the stage.
I just come from up there. And they said, I'm sorry, if you don't... Yeah, I'm sorry, we're not... I said, if you don't let me out on stage, these guys are going to go forever. I'm going to have to go up there and finish it off.
This is Spinal Tap.
Yeah, really. So, eventually Baz came to the rescue, and I don't know, he pushed the guy aside and dragged all 9 stone of me and threw me back out on the stage. And of course, Lee and Brian were very relieved. Made my reappearance, and we were able to finish the show.
So here we go.
Yeah, that's well, I can. You know what? Because you think about the people that work there don't necessarily. They're just working.
How could you not know? He's like, do you notice there's no keyboard player? Do you notice, like, the guy who was up there looks like
if he's got this back to the band,
he's not paying attention to the show. Clearly, I mean,
he's doing his job. He's watching for the peeps, trying to sneak in.
But that's the thing I like about him, because most keyboard players, including me, you're stuck behind a rig. You're standing there. No one's paying attention to you. Not this guy.
No,
this guy takes a 300-pound organ. He's throwing it all over the stage, stabbing it with knives. He plays like a fucking maniac. He's jumping on top of it, playing it from behind, flipping off the damn thing, falls off the damn stage. I mean, that's the kind of shit I wish I could do, but I'd probably break every bone in my body.
I was going to say, it's bad enough having to replace a guitar after you light it on fire or smash it, but come on.
Right. But that's the thing. I mean, like, you don't see keyboard players do this.
I'd like to see your father is an accountant, Johnny. That'd be interesting to see the accounting of that, of that band.
What was Keith Emerson's budget on Hammond?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, holy shit.
What it is, it was the Hammond L100 that he kept having repaired over and over and over again. They got tired,
some poor schmo. That's all he does.
I think
he just goes to fix his stuff.
I think at some point Hammond got tired of fixing his damn shit. But when I was in college and I was really like getting into Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and I was going through that frustrated keyboard player stage, which I never really got out of, actually. Now that I think about it, I was gonna get in. I was gonna do a shtick in the band I was in, or I was gonna buy those cheap like $20 Casio toys Well, I was gonna do the whole toy keyboard.
Yeah, sort of like the one Dave was.
Yeah, something like
that one.
Well, I was gonna do a whole toy keyboard rig just for fun, but what I originally wanted to do was I wanted to kind of do the thing with like what the Who did in their early days, where they smashed their instruments at the end of the show. But I wanted to do this with a toy key because, God damn it, I was not smashing one of my big boards, you know. But just come out and like at the end and play like a friggin' maniac on one of these little portable battery powered monstrosities, and then like stomp on it and smash it and beat it to death, you know, and throw it into the audience or whatever. And nobody went along with that idea, and you know, even because it's very easy to tell the blind guy no, you just don't take him to the store to buy his implements of destruction, you know. And this is before you can order shit online, so you know that idea never came to pass. And now I'm too old to do that stuff. I can't jump around like that now. So
here we go. Casio solo.
There you go.
God.
Ooh, that sounds good too.
Maybe it's a good thing that you didn't actually develop this plan.
And this is the Casio 610, so this may be the deluxe version.
This does not sound like the type of solo that requires destroying a keyboard.
Now this one here worries me. This says Moog inspired set.
Oh boy.
From Casio.
No. No.
This is gonna piss off gators.
No.
Now this is a fancy looking Casio. This one actually has a little.
This isn't too bad.
Well, Casio did come out with what they're trying to call their a more pro level keyboard.
That's what this would look like. The XW-G1.
Yeah, that's their. They put that out like last year.
Oh, okay. So this is this is 2013.
Yeah, this is their attempt at like going pro.
Gotcha.
And it like that end of it sounds pretty good, and then you get to like the regular instruments like the piano, and it still sounds like crappy Casio pianos. And I'm like, you almost had me, Casio.
Yeah.
Almost had me. Almost. You were this close.
That's right.
And then you gave me that crappy piano sample you've been using since 2003.
So how else do you know it's a Casio unless it sounds like absolute
If you're going to call yourself a pro level, if you're going to call yourself, hey, we're trying to go pro, you don't want that piano sound. Trust me.
What's the name of that tune that all Casio keyboards have for the demo? That dun 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 dun.
I think this is the one Dave did here. Is this one? There you go. This is Dave's.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's my Casio. Yes, it had 4 different sounds. I had that.
That would be the one.
That's the one.
Oh, he now he's got the third switch.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
And here, going number 4.
I had one of those. Yeah, that's sound 4.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I would no. I no.
God.
Oh,
yes,
there it is.
There it is.
That's the tune.
There it is.
That would be the one. God, that just brings back memories, doesn't it?
I'm trying to remember the first Casio I ever had. It was like an MT205 or something like that, and it was like one of those types. It had like stereo speakers. It took 6 AA batteries. It had like mini keys, like the really tiny keys. I think it had like 12 drum or 20. Was it 12 drum patterns and 20 instruments? Now, all my keyboards have over 1,000 sounds each.
Yeah, I was going to say now it's just.
Yeah.
That was 1986.
There's lots of old. There's like the CZ101 demo.
That's actually the other time that Casio tried to go pro.
Yeah, because this one doesn't have. Well, I guess it has LED.
This was like the other time that Casio tried to go all pro level, and it didn't work out so well.
Now, I was going to say this would be like the Japanese. Yeah, there you go. That's them. A little better. Ooh, Star Wars sound effects.
Gators is cringing like that.
Those are cool sound effects.
Now that was like called that used something called phase distortion synthesis or something. I have no idea what the hell it did.
And this one here, how to play your Casio keyboard, 1989.
Oh, nice. Yes, I see that. That's a half-hour video.
So that would be the one. That would be the one.
I think I had that keyboard.
I think that it's time for us us to meet the rest of the band.
Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had that keyboard.
And that's it. The auto rhythms.
First, let's meet our...
I had that. That's scary.
We'll give you full chords. Pressing any...
Here, too much talking. Not enough playing. Oh, there we go. Ghostbusters. Wait, no, that's not.
Yep, I had that.
So there you go. If you happen to buy one of these in a garage sale, you can still go on YouTube.
Yeah.
And learn how to play that bad boy.
Yeah, 1989. That's about right. God, it's like 2 years. It'll be 30 years that I've been playing electronic keyboards.
Amazing.
Oh, there we go. Old. There's a Casio PT1 for sale on eBay for $16 or best offer.
No, I'm not doing that now. I'm not beating up.
Yeah, that's
the
one I had.
When I came to my senses and I realized, wait, you smash this keyboard, you're gonna have keys and knob caps.
Well, I was gonna say that'd be the worst thing is you like smash, you throw it down and it bounces back and smacks you in the face or something. That'd be my luck.
I get jammed in the eye with one of the black keys, you know. Throw it in the audience, decapitate.
Well, not mention somebody wants you to say, "Hey, you got to clean that shit up," you know.
Yeah, that's true. I just wanted to do something. I mean, that's why I'm fine with the keytars. You know, I don't have to smash it, and no one expects. You know, most keyboard players, like most people who watch a band, don't expect the keyboard player to do anything, and then I show up. There you go. And I'm like, you will fucking notice me, fuckers.
Now, I was going to say, speaking of keytar, there's no videos of that yet available, correct?
Well, I don't know, because I used one. I have two of them now. So I used one at my last gig, but I don't know if any videos are up from it. So I don't know. I don't know because that was also the gig where I recorded the gig, but the third set for some reason didn't come out, and that was the set where we did it Easy Like Sunday Morning by the Commodores and what was the other one? Oh, Miss America by Styx. And
there you go.
And, yeah. So
that's what I'm saying. That's what you're gonna have to do, though. I think, like I said, if you can get the, get your keyboard out, get your, get the webcam warmed up, and get on Vaughn TV and just go to town.
Yeah.
You can be the man.
I don't think so. See, because there's one thing you need to know, Dune. When I'm in my apartment, because it's so warm in here, I'm not really wearing anything.
Well, we'll have to just make sure everything's like waist up.
Well, that's the problem.
Like I said, with this, shirts are optional. Obviously, Johnny can back me up.
Oh yeah, on that site, shirts are definitely optional.
Yeah, but
generally
there's
not
also
recommended.
no pants. I'm sure you guys really need to know.
As long as you don't start jumping around, you're probably okay.
No, but if I go to stand up, you're going to get the you're going to get a shot of my ass, which I don't know. I mean, that could work in my favor, but I doubt. I don't know.
I think that's against the policies of the site.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because that was one of the first things I did notice last night that Johnny was talking. Yeah, Johnny was talking about going live on there, and somebody did copy the rules of engagement. I say, well, Johnny, I don't know about this. It says right here.
It says right here not to do all.
Actually, I like the way. The nice thing about it, what it really says is the big thing is that just don't be mean to anybody. That's kind of really what it boils down to.
Oh well, then I couldn't do it.
Well, as in racial or
I still couldn't do it.
Well, okay, yeah, that's true.
Because that's the thing. Because there are occasions where Liam and I do racial jokes because they're funny to us at least.
Who listens?
I really don't care. So fucking.
I think it's probably one of those things where this is still in its infancy, so nobody's
I think
really
it
caught up
comes
yet.
down to don't piss off the staff. If the staff come into the room and say, "Hey, knock it off."
Yeah, but how would I know?
Well, when your feed stops working.
Then by that point it's too
or when a voice comes from nowhere.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, when that comes out from nowhere.
Here's the thing. If you guys remember when we were on Stickcam, back when I supported Stickcam a bit, and I was able to use it, at least to a certain degree, I did go on and play keyboard a couple times. There were a couple of keyboard-based shows on my own channel.
Oh, I think they'd probably like something like that.
I don't know.
You never know.
I've got too much.
Like I said, there's so many fun. We were just talking about that before you called in about that. Like I said, I was watching some of that guy, the 70s channel, which of course you said don't play the 70s, but they have different people that do shows on that little network of his.
Ooh,
and it's kind of fun to watch. What I liked about it though is watching the different people that have picked up mannerisms of the main dude. That's what's really funny is this guy, the dude that does the station himself. He's very animated in what he does. Like I said, he's good at what he does. He really is. He's running the carts and different machines and stuff. I mean, he's got a lot of money involved in that stuff. But it's fun to watch him run his mixer.
Yeah.
Because he's one of those guys that as he talks and there's music playing, he's constantly going up and down with the fader.
Yeah.
And that's an old radio DJ thing. And it's just constantly flicking the fader up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And then what's really funny, what I like is when it's finally said and done, and he's got the song playing, he never quite has the fader where it needs to be. He'll walk over and he'll touch it. And there it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
When I was in college, we'd do the same thing, and it would always be great because when it was me and Mike doing the show, I could never see the meters. So I'd set the fader one way, and then Mike would look over at the board, see that my meters were too low or too high, and then he'd readjust the fader. Now, when it was just me by myself, it used to get and I was doing 9 to midnight shows. I'd keep the lights in the studio off, which would irritate a lot of people because if the lights are off, I could put my face up to. This is back when I could still
you can still see some lights there.
Yeah, and I could put my eyes right up to the meter, and I could see that's bouncing in the red a little bit, and then I could kind of reach under me, and move the fader until the meters are where I wanted them to be.
That's cool.
But
I just think it's fun to watch him because, like you said, he's making such minute adjustments.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like because he'll get it and he'll walk away and
yeah.
It's kind of well. The whole thing is the funny thing is watching other people that have picked up his mannerisms. Like there's one guy that he has this facial. I don't want to use the word facial tick, but he kind of like if Johnny can see me on the camera, he kind of like with his head. And this other guy, because there's a lot of profile shots. He's, a lot of this going, and I don't know what, but they both do it. And I think, well, how is this one guy from across the country picking up the menu? That's what it is. He's just watching him and just mimicking what he does. But that's fine. But it's fun to watch, though.
I think I actually inspired all the nighttime people, especially around the holidays, because they decided to string Christmas lights up around the studio. And I think I inspired all the night DJs to not put the big fluorescent lights on. And they put the lamp on next to
it's Venus flytrap style. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Light a few candles and...
Yeah, it was great because it's like, who wants these big-ass lights on, man? You
just dingle chains? Is that a term? Dingle chains? I don't know.
No, I never heard of that.
Well,
it was great. I love doing nighttime shows because all the people who could get you in trouble are home. They're studying or like the faculty guys with his family. So, God, we got away with all kinds of fucking murder.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I gotta find. I swear, one day I really need to go because I still have 90% of my college tapes, and I really should just make air checks so you guys can hear how Damon is when he's not doing No Holds Bar Radio. It's probably about as funny because I have clear. I'd be like, that was the Butthole Surfers, but I don't know the name of that song. Who requested that song anyway? That song was terrible.
Well, that's the whole thing. Like I said, when watching these guys, like I said, different guys are in different levels of, what they know how to do.
Yeah.
There's some that are obviously just learning, and they're it's like, you're gonna come up next, so and so, and you hear, so and so.
Yeah. No,
crap. There it is, and they and they hit the button, and it's already halfway through the song.
Enough about how I do my show, dude.
No.
Yeah, right. No, I knew how to mix. It's just I just didn't care.
Yeah.
I was just being...
Well, there's one guy I was telling Johnny about this. There's one dude that has a really good radio voice, and he has a microphone similar to mine. He has an EV microphone that's just like a different model or whatever. But he smokes one of those vapor cigarettes.
Oh,
and I was telling Johnny, I said, and he not during while he's broadcasting, or talking to the microphone, but he would take a big huge woof out of this thing and he blows it right at his microphone. And I told Johnny, I'm going like, dude, stop that! Yeah, I'm like, would you quit? It's driving me crazy. I was like, why would you do that? And I just, it's one of those things that's just like, I need to let it go. I gotta let it, but it's fun. Like I said, I spent the last couple of days watching some of those, and it's been pretty fun to watch. And the people in the chat
I
room,
guess.
I'd pop in there, hey, Dune, hey, hi. I don't want to type. Leave me alone.
Well, they're trying,
They're just
trying.
being nice, yeah. That's very nice. And of course, I'll go watch another channel for a while and come back. Hey, WB Dune,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, the beautiful thing is this is because most people, when I was in college, I mean, I used to see some of the DJs, you'd bring their friends up, and the friends were totally friggin' bored,
Well,
'Cause they
that's
can't
just
get on the
it.
mic.
Yeah, it is kind of boring.
It is, but in this particular environment where you can actually talk to the DJ and the DJ will type back to you and whatnot, and but that's why I never understood video, because I remember I used to bring people up to do my show, and it's who wants to watch me queue up a CD? Maybe the talk breaks were kind of cool, but otherwise, I'd just be mixing one song into another. That's not very impressive to watch.
Well, that's one thing that is kind of cool, that the Mr. 70s guy himself, watching him, because he does it so old school style, you see what is involved, because in between every song and announcement change is, he moves 5 carts around.
Yeah.
He pulls these 3 out, he puts these 3 in, he queues these 3 up, he's got this, he's checking this, he's got he's doing, this guy's busy. He's, that's the whole thing, and that's the way it was for the longest time.
Well, dude, I mean, the old school NHB, it took 2 people to do that show. We used to split the studio in half.
Yeah, when you had 2 people running stuff.
Because we had to, when we'd get a phone call, we'd have a reel-to-reel tape set up where we'd record the call to reel tape, and I'd have to flip, I don't even know how many buttons on the board to take the board out of live mode and put it into, we got to record this phone call mode. And I got the headphones on, I'm listening to music, and I'm giving Mike hand signals when the song's about to run out. And and we had this line. It was the invisible line drawn down the studio that he didn't cross and I didn't cross it. And so he worked the phone in the reel-to-reel decks and got all the music. And I ran the board, and I played all the sound effects. And, and I mean, we had that shit down to a freaking science. I mean, it was I wish we could have videoed this, because it was a few times there were me making the violent hand signals and Mike's not seeing me, and the song would almost run out. But it took 2 men to do the old NHB radio show.
You mute the mics and...
For God's sake, shut up!
Yeah, something
we're for God's sakes, get a song!
That's right.
I think there's one call where you could hear me whispering, get a song.
That's the fun thing now, is I hear when they go dead air, is how long is it going to take before they realize there's nothing playing?
Yeah.
I was listening to that Heat FM station, and that guy on there, that happened to him. You could tell he'd left the room because he come back.
I remember one time, 101.5 actually, which just goes back to when I was living in, and it was Jersey guys, Craig Carton, Ray Rossi, and they're the guys that I stole the bowling sound effect from. Because if someone was going on about something that they didn't agree with or they didn't care about, they'd start they would start just playing this bowling loop behind them,
right?
And then they'd stop talking, and they'd wait for the person to hang up. And I don't know what went on, and I don't know if they got in trouble for this or not. They probably should have, because at some point they turned their mics off. The bowling sound effect got over. They put on a ping pong sound effect. At some point, they put on Super Mario Brothers music. At some point, they just walked away. I think they might have left a loop up or something. And at some point, the caller hung up, but they didn't come back.
He never came back?
They never... No, at some point, it was the beep, 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 beep starts playing, and then there was dead air. And then it went to a break. And then when they came back from break, Craig Carton and Ray Rossi were back as if nothing ever happened. So it was the weirdest
I wonder what that was all about.
I don't know. Well, they did not like that person, and they walked off, but they didn't come back when the person hung up. So I don't know if someone started chewing them out, but it was.
Who knows?
Who knows? It was the weirdest thing. I wish I had tape running so I could have had a recording of that.
I was doing a search for radio station record ends dead air, but unfortunately, there's actually shows called dead air, so that's not working. That's not working.
Listen, dude, that's happened to everyone.
We're going
yeah. Listen, I've told this story I've told this story several times. Whenever, the last year that I was at Monmouth, and I had tried to go out for the executive board. I wanted to be the production director, and Mike was the production director. Ability to do it, but the executive board didn't elect me. They elected someone else, and Mike basically told me flat out they discriminated against me. So at that point, I stopped doing I was not filling in for anybody else. I wasn't doing anything. So like multiple times, 'cause I was doing weekend shows at the time, because the weekend shows on MCX, you could do your own format. So I was playing whatever the hell I wanted, you know. But 6 o'clock rolled around, I'd give them 15 minutes, and if the next DJ didn't show up, I basically was like, I just grabbed a random record out of the record bin, put the needle, put the record on, and walked out. And I can't tell you how many times I got back to my apartment. Like, I think the one time was Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Like, I know it ended with Knife Edge. You know how
that's playing, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Johnny knows how that song ends. It's the It's the and then I'm waiting, and all you hear is the end of the record for about 2 hours, like that. For 2 hours.
Oh,
John.
you should have put on like a copy of Sgt. Pepper that has the inner groove loop at the end of it. Let's let that loop forever on this.
I don't think they had that.
Oh, that would have been great if you could have. Let me just bring that up for people that are not familiar with that, because the CD actually plays that loop for a while.
Talking about that last chord of A Day in the Life, it just goes on and on and on.
Well, no. After that, there's this inner groove that's just this like gibberish nonsense that just. I think it was only on the British import version of the vinyl, so
because I never heard that.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Day in the Life ends, and let's. Here we go. It's coming up.
Oh gosh. That's probably not translating well to Damon since he's
Oh my
in
God!
mono.
It literally would go on like that.
Yes. Yes.
And that in stereo is like almost painful.
Yeah, it keeps moving back and forth in stereo. That is how the British pressing of Sgt. Pepper ends. Or better yet, Lou Reed Metal Machine Music. Just throwing that on would be pretty wild. But aside from that.
Yeah, I didn't really. I wasn't very discerning about the record I grabbed.
But yeah, you get to the end of side 4 of Lou Reed Metal Machine Music, which is a double album that consists of noise like this for the whole 2 albums. And then, let's skip ahead a little bit. Here we go. Here, we're coming to the end. This is how Metal Machine Music ends.
Well, that's the same thing. It's left and right channel.
Yes.
That drive you nuts.
That's annoying as hell.
It's pretty wild in quad.
That's scary.
Man.
Yes.
I should check, because I have Sgt. Pepper, but I have like MP3 versions of it. I wonder if they have that little loop at the end.
But usually it's on the CD. They included that loop at the end of A Day in the Life, and it just kind of fades out after a little while. So you might.
It'd be fun to hear, though. I'm
Yeah.
sure. Of course, nowadays it doesn't happen as much with the electronic age.
Or the end of the inner groove of side 2 of the Who Sell Out has like this voice that's very distorted. Go, track records, track records, track records, because it doesn't quite even out. So.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, I think I've heard that, but again, the CD
track record.
I mean, at least in being in fairness and fair form, though, NHB has the same thing. We've had Rye sleeping, Sloan vacuuming. That was kind of I don't know if that
Kevin
counts. 'Cause
Reeves
that was more on purpose.
No, I don't think that was on purpose.
Well, the vacuuming was.
Well, no, actually it wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't?
Well,
I thought it was.
No.
Oh, I thought it was.
Not on
Okay.
purpose.
I know Rye sleeping.
From the streams properly.
Okay, I know Rye when he fell asleep. That was because that was me. I woke up that next morning, and it was. Matter of fact, I think it was Sunday morning. He was.
Yeah.
I mean, it was.
That was the inner groove of Telethon 1.
It was very, very audible. It was.
A damn good thing that he wasn't doing other stuff and.
That's true.
Back up.
Yeah, that's true.
I think I'd rather hear him sleeping than
yeah, I think I'd rather hear snoring over that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. But between that, I mean, I guess Vamp fell asleep.
Depending on the show, I think I'd rather hear snoring than some of the shows that have been on this network.
Hey.
Some snoring shows there or something.
Hey, I didn't make. Hey, Gator's all like, hey, like.
The last night, you missed fun last night. Last night was pretty fun. We had fun last night. It was.
Oh man,
I was thinking
like I said, the funny thing was
pretty drunk
for a music show last night. I think there was the least amount of music ever played.
Well, as we moved on further, more music was being played.
I was going to say, you always have those moments where you can tell. It's like myself when you take that one drink and you know that was the one.
Emily,
I think that happened to Emily last
had
night.
a new strategy for drinking last night, which failed miserably. Her theory was if I use a smaller glass, I'll drink less. But as we found out by the end of the show, she had quite a few refills on that smaller glass.
Well, I think the wine part was fine. Wasn't there some hard liquor that got induced somewhere later on?
At some point, then at some point she wanted her her eggnog, but she was cut off and she had to sober up for an hour, which she was not sobered up. But
luckily she has a husband that does monitor this from the other room. So.
Yes,
yeah, that's probably for the best.
Yes.
Yeah. But, he was stuck with the 3 kids by the end of the show.
Yeah. But it was interesting because once again, like I said, I dozed off, and when I woke up, it was like 5:30 Central Time. And the stream was dead.
And I was fast asleep.
The stream did not pick back
up
after
sleeping
you got
it off.
Well,
but actually, let's see, 5:30 Central.
It was 5 o'clock. No, at 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock Central Time, you guys were still on. You were winding down.
Yeah.
So it must have been just shortly after.
Yeah.
That.
So it must have been.
Wasn't the whole point of you changing the show to Wednesday so that you wouldn't do the 5-hour marathon show?
Well, now he's only every other week.
But then Emily showed up. That just kind of changed everything.
It's fun. I mean, it definitely gives a different.
That's our time of the week when we hang out and do our show and have fun.
Say,
and now she's doing her show, and I'm helping her out with that. So that's kind of
Yeah. Now, how drunk were you?
Happened. Not as drunk as Emily. No, let's see. Well, I had that banana bread beer. That was a big beer. That was like a beer and a half. And then I had a Smithwick's, and then I had the Samuel Smith organic chocolate stout. That's like a beer and a half. So that's like, and then I had a
that
winter
name
lager.
is a beer and a half.
Yeah, no, that's some good
organic.
stuff.
That's a lot of name there.
Stout.
Samuel Smith's is excellent beer, and they make an organic chocolate stout that is, I think it's better than the Sam Adams chocolate bock. It is some tasty stuff.
It's a big old beer.
And
I've been trying to. I think Paul had one of those. It wasn't chocolate Bach. It was chocolate something else.
Well, there's another one. But speaking of Paul, of course, I've still got the empty bottle hanging out my desk of the Stone Smoke Porter.
You still have that?
Yep, I need to try to find
I just
that
drank
again.
this 2 or 3 weeks ago.
2 or 3 weeks ago, yeah. I tried to find it and failed.
Yeah,
I gotta go try it again.
Were you the one who? No, I think it was Rico.
Rico
tried
ordered like
Stone
a
Smoke Porter.
Yeah, he ordered like a case of it or something.
A case.
That.
And he didn't
and
like
he didn't
it.
like it.
Oh wow! You like find a bum somewhere and give it to him?
Yeah, I think he took
man,
a drink of that.
And
it
a
was
case
like,
that stuff
mouth's
has
gonna
to
be fresh, but it's gonna taste like banana at the same time.
I was gonna say a case that stuff it costs like $400, wouldn't it?
That was the 99 bananas.
That was the 99 bananas, is what that was. That was.
That sounds like a bad '80s show.
Yeah.
99 Loof bananas.
Let's see.
Like
Andrew just sent me a link of a picture of Andrew and Emily have put the tree up, and the fake tree, and it's all up, and the kids are in front of it looking happy, and there is an angel on top of the tree.
I wonder who put that up there, right?
Yeah.
See, I've never noticed that before. Now because of that, I'm going to get in so many arguments because somebody somewhere, I'm going to point that out, and what's going to happen is they're going to give me the look like, thanks for bringing that up. That's what's going to happen. Then
what is it?
Okay, Johnny. I guess Damon doesn't know about this.
We need to. The thing is, though,
this is a Johnny theory, by the way.
The last time I told this, I got in trouble for telling this. This is one of my jokes that Kristen doesn't care for.
And so you're going to tell it again and get yourself in trouble.
So just to put this out there, Kristen would say,
for God's sake, shut up!
Just to get that out of the way.
The truth of the matter is, if Kristen wanted an angel on the tree, I'd put an angel on the tree. But anyways, the theory is, well, let's start by asking you a question, Damon. Growing up, what was on the top of your tree?
You're asking the wrong guy.
Well, as an angel or star is what he's saying.
I think it was a star. I think.
Okay, so your dad wears the pants.
That's the theory.
See, the theory is that if you want to know who wears the pants in a relationship, when you're over their house around the holidays,
You know, it's hard to go with that one on this.
Check out what's on top of the tree.
Or this one. I wasn't sure which one to go with. I wasn't really sure.
If it's a star on the tree, then the guy wears the pants, and if it's an angel on the tree, then the woman wears the pants.
See,
it's just a little subtle way to kind of get an idea of the dynamic of someone's marriage by just taking a little glance at the top of their tree when you're over during the holidays. And if there's a little pointy, if there's one of those pointy things on the top of the tree, that means they're old.
They're old.
See, I think I'm racking my brain because keep in mind, you know, I could see this when I was a kid. I could see the lights on the tree, and if I got really close, I might be able to see the little Christmas balls, okay, that we hung.
So they're balls.
And maybe the garland.
But you never really saw what was on the top.
You see, we've had both. We've had both stars, and we've had angels, and we've had the little pointy thing. We've had all three.
So you're 50-50 and old.
Yes, 50-50
I
and
could
old.
tell
yes.
that I could tell that there was something on top of the tree because I could see the light coming off it.
Or you're Dave Letterman and you have a big giant meatball on the top of your tree.
Okay. I'm assuming because do the angels light up? I don't. That's the thing. You know.
Well, some things light up and some things don't. I mean, I have a star that lights up, but growing up we had a star that didn't light up, and then we replaced it with a star that does light up, and then at some point my parents got a fancy pointy thing to put on top of the tree.
Because I think
they
it was
reached
a
that
star.
age where they were issued
Keep in mind,
the pointy thing.
well, Gators in my family, we only replace decorations when the original ones died out, burned out, fell apart.
Right.
So we had the same star on top of the tree forever. You know, and the same lights on the tree forever. You know,
well,
that was back in the day where the lights, they were the older lights where the bulb could get hot enough to probably light the tree
burn
on
the
fire.
place down, yeah.
Yeah.
No, we had the smaller lights, but I think we had the same lights for forever, and we had a star for a long time. But that star was starting to fall apart a little bit. It had this blue ball in the middle that had like blue threads wrapped around the ball that was in the middle there, and that was kind of coming apart. So my dad bought a new star that was basically looked identical to it, except that it was clear and it had a light in the middle of it, so it lit up. And but I think one year, basically when people weren't around and the kids lost interest in decorating the tree, they bought like a set of decorations to kind of have like a uniform theme looking tree, and that's when they got this like crystal pointy thing that went on top of the tree, and it was and the thing is, I was away at college. I come home for winter break, the tree's already up, it's already decorated. I'm like, we weren't going to decorate the tree together? Well, no, the rest of them wanted to. And that sucked, because I didn't get over that.
You were denied your prize.
But my younger brother and sisters got over the whole decorating the tree thing.
Yeah. No, I think the same thing happened in my family because like we all went away to college, but like, I mean, you know, my sister was still around and my younger brother was still around, and you know, but I mean, I still like decorating the tree was an event because we used to have like the boxes with all the little balls in it. Right. And the tinsel and the garland and whatever the hell else, and we would always get, you know, we'd go in a row because there was 5 of us, so it was like oldest to youngest. We'd each go and grab a decoration and put it on the tree, and mom and dad would do the lights because no one wanted us touching the lights.
Right.
And I think the one year where when we went from the larger bulbs to the smaller bulbs, that was when I couldn't see the lights really anymore, and that was kind of depressing. You know,
yeah, that sucks.
Yeah,
but I mean, you know, there's things like now it doesn't matter. Now you can like put a neon sight on the
as long as it's not on fire. You
can put a neon sign on the tree. I probably won't see it.
It's funny to think that, you know, the big bulbs are a fire hazard, and they want you to switch to the smaller bulbs because the bigger bulbs could heat up too much. And they talk about back in the day, they used to hang candles on the trees before they had lights.
Yes, they did. Well, what they had.
How did you not lose a whole neighborhood?
Absolutely. What they had was these. Well, they had candles that were they had little holders. I'm holding my hand out.
Right.
And the candle stuck up on it, and they yes, they did, and that was just like
because
what part of
stupid? Yeah.
Yeah, but I you know, come on.
Fire
Think
and
about
wood.
it.
You know.
Now did you kept a bucket of water nearby the tree? I'm assuming.
I mean, it's right up there with Jungle Gym. You know,
Hey, don't
like
knock
that.
the jungle gym.
Oh,
Well, no, I love the jungle gym. I'm just saying that's the whole thing. It's kind of gone the way of it. It's like,
We've gone too far the other way.
well, the whole thing is you didn't light the candles on the tree and then go out for an evening.
No.
That was the difference. I mean, back in the day, I remember this distinctly. When we left our house, the tree was turned off. Every single time we left the house, the Christmas lights were shut off.
It's the same thing with us.
Yeah.
It was an event. Like, we never would light the tree until nighttime, except for Christmas Day. Christmas Day was like the big deal event because put the lights on. I think Christmas Eve was the same, although I don't remember.
Now you just plug the damn things in and
they're
UL tested. What could go wrong?
We only plug ours in at night because why waste the power?
Well, I mean, the whole thing is just leaving the house, even at nighttime, leaving the house with them plugged in and not there to be monitored is what I'm getting at. That was the whole point.
Yeah. My sister, before she moved out, would always, and when I still had enough vision, my sister made it a point that she would make sure that I could still, because she'd string up enough lights, a plane could probably have landed in our living room, mistaking our Christmas lighting for runway lighting. That's how much lighting my sister used.
Just like the Griswold house, basically.
Well, I don't think it was like that, but it might as well have been, because she wanted to make sure that Damon could see the Christmas lights. Now it doesn't matter. Now it just makes no difference whatsoever. I even carried this tradition to college. There was the one year that we hung up strings of Christmas lights in my apartment, in my room, in my apartment. And after Christmas, I just never bothered to take them down. We didn't take them down until I moved out of that apartment.
You know, at one time there was a name for people that did that, and they were called Nurkles. Nurkle. That was a sniglet.
Because see, the thing for me
remember Sniglets years ago? That was Sniglet.
No.
It was a Nurkle. Person never takes their Christmas lights down.
I never liked those ceiling. I mean, I hate fluorescent lighting, but even like the round, like normal lighting, to me it's too much. And I didn't have a lamp, so the Christmas lights provided this. Really
I knew several stoners that had year-round Christmas lights.
But I'm not a stoner, though.
Well, just saying. What is it? Just saying.
It was a subtle lighting. It was nice. It was soft lighting, and it didn't drive my eyes crazy. And it was nice. People could still see.
As opposed to you're lucky now that they got these new lights now. And they're LED lights is what they are.
Right.
And they're hard to explain, but they actually come off when you look at them as blurry. You know what I'm talking about, Johnny? Those lights they have. There's certain Christmas lights now that when you look at them, they actually look they look blurry.
Yeah.
And they're hard to look at, and I'm not sure what the allure of that is, but
I don't know.
My sister the one year hung the outside lights, the big bulbs on the inside railing, and there's still a burn mark in the rug.
I was going to say those ones that actually take your finger off.
I remember we growing up we had those fake candles with the bulb in them for the flame that you put in the window, and they would we had orange light bulbs in them. Which made sense to me. And at some point, it was getting hard to find the orange light bulbs, and we were buying just the plain light bulbs. And I'm like, why would you just put plain light? It's supposed to be orange, like a flame. But we found this really cool thing. Actually, they start making light bulbs that look like a flickering.
The ones that flickered back and forth.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. And those are great when they found those.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I came down the stairs, and out of the corner of my eye, I see a flickering flame from the top of what I know is a fake candle, and I'm like, holy shit, the bulb blew out and caught on fire.
Yeah, we got us a fire up in here.
I ran over there, and it's a bulb that looks like a flickering flame. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah. The ones that messed me up were the lights that were colored, and they would literally change colors and blink in different patterns, and because we had those one year. And I remember, like, before we even put them on the tree, they're still in the box, and they're all, like, in nice little neat rows. And my dad plugs them in. We turn the lights out, and I'm sitting with my face 6 inches from the light because that's what I had to do. And I'm watching these things go, and they change colors, and they're blinking all these different patterns. I'm like, this is great. Then we put them on the tree, and I can't see them anymore because they're hidden behind all the branches and then there's small bulbs. I'm like, this sucks.
Well, you got to look at them before you
like
went
the
on the
big
tree.
bulbs, we used to plug them in, and they'd turn on. And they'd stay on, and then all of a sudden, like after about a minute or two, is when they finally start blinking.
Yeah, they had to warm up back in it. Woodshop writes in says he's waiting for the year when some store starts selling a single-use, pre-decorated, eco-friendly tree where you just pop it out of the box, use it for 20 days, and then toss it in the trash or bin.
There's
and then New Year's when or on New Year's when the contact with the snow makes it dissolve. Well, they have all of that now. They just don't have the last part because
they don't have the last part.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking. I want to put a tree in my apartment because I said to myself, and I posted this on Facebook before I went home for the weekend. I said the holiday season. You know, I was actually inspired by listening to an old NHB Christmas show from 2004, and me and Psycho Steve, who we now call Cowboy Steve.
Yes,
but,
Cowboy Steve.
Me and Steve kind of got on this whole tirade about Christmas and how it used to be, and I'm listening to how, like, I'm going on this rant about how adults ruin Christmas, you know, because they give you this whole spiel about Santa and you get gifts and everything's all great and fine and wonderful until you turn 18, and then you realize how much Christmas is meant to suck for adults because they take away all the gifts. The myth of Santa's already been debunked, and now you got to start buying gifts for everyone, and you don't get shit.
Now you get to start popping open the wallet. That's right.
And it's like the first 18 years of your life, you get to experience this wonderful holiday, and the next 74 years of your life, you dread it because all you do is go buy presents for other people, and you get a tie.
If you're buying presents, you should be getting at least something simple. I mean, because I buy something for my brother and sisters. They got to be buying something for me, and if they're not buying something for me, then problem solved.
Right.
Screw
but
them.
The thing is,
but it's not the same because what do you?
We have finally done away with that with our family. We have finally stopped, as in our extended family. We do not buy gifts anymore. We actually, if we do anything, we do the white elephant stuff. Where just the gag gift thing.
The past few years I've been doing, I've been fighting like, Harry David, give the gift of pears. Why not? And because it's something that I was getting from, I think like my grandmother was getting me the pears.
Pears as in fruit?
As in, Harry David. The box of pears.
I don't know this crazy stuff you're talking about.
Check it. Well, no, I decided to be a little different. So last year I sent everyone Sherry's berries, the dipped strawberries, and I think I'm going to do that again this year because that was easy. And the great thing about
you listen to Glenn Beck, don't you? Oops!
You just ruined the strawberries.
You just ruined Sherry's berries for you.
I don't want to touch anything that freak touches.
No, but I made the decision that this year.
Those are great, by the way. I've had those.
Yeah, they are great, and the price goes down every time you order them during the holiday season.
See, I don't do. See, I'm the second of 5 kids, and everyone in my family has kids but me. So you got like 8 nieces and nephews or more. You got to buy for, and I'm broke. I live in a 14 by 12 fishbowl. I have no money to do a damn thing with.
Sounds like it might be a crafts Christmas.
Hey, Little Blue Orca says,
Name that host.
You should have never moved out of your parents' house, is what he's saying.
No, you gotta if you heard no.
Too many kids. The problem is half of those nieces and nephews are living there now.
But see, the thing is, see, I went home this weekend, and by Saturday I was like, can I come back to I want to go home now. Okay, 3 days. I had the turkey. I'm fine with spending time with the family. Saturday morning, I woke up twisted into some sort of knot.
Well, your stuff isn't there anymore.
What's in your old room, by the way?
Which one? I had 2 rooms.
Oh, either one. The last one. The last room.
My old bedroom, because I had my bedroom in the studio room. My old bedroom, my 16-year-old niece claimed that they were literally moving her shit into the room while I was still loading up the. Look, dude,
get out!
I was barely loading. But I got all the stuff out of the room. We were loading up the moving truck. I hadn't even pulled off the premises, okay? And they're putting my niece's stuff into my old bedroom. What does that tell you?
That tells you that you ain't coming back. Is what that tells you.
And in the studio, which is where I sleep now when I go home. It's a whole they have a whole entertainment center, and they have the leather couch that folds out into the worst bed you'll ever sleep on in the world.
That's by design, I'm thinking.
Yes.
Yeah.
People will go look for a couch that folds out into a bed. You look for the uncomfortable one.
Woodshop says the 14 by 12 fishbowl, a.k.a. the Fortress of Solitude.
Anyone that's sleeping on the couch, you don't want them staying there a second or third night.
Well, see, the thing is, I don't want to stay there that long. My parents, if it was up to my parents, my mom more than anyone else, I'd still be there. But
of course, she misses her little dingy.
Right, but no, I mean, it was great to go home and to get the food. And I watched the Giants completely fuck up the game today. and with my brother. I'm sitting on the couch watching football. It's great. You know, I could deal like with the uncomfortable couch for a night or two. But by Saturday morning, I was like, okay, like Thursday was Thanksgiving. Friday is, you know, no one goes near a store, so I'm laying on the couch playing on my phone, napping during the day. Friday night, I went and played on my I went to the music store and had my beautiful Hammond organ experience. Saturday, I was ready to go home. I was ready to come back here.
I don't blame you.
You know, I was like,
that's,
all right,
that's just like the vacation thing. You know, even though I did nothing on vacation, I still needed a vacation to get rid of my vacation.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, I was happy.
So you weren't the Black Friday shopper then?
Nobody will go near. No, see, I would. I'm crazy enough. Like,
well, I wasn't either. I was going to say I did no shopping. I know for a fact that Johnny swore off Black Friday.
Yeah.
I'll wait till he puts his earphones on. Johnny swore off Black Friday shopping also, I think.
Well, I swore off setting foot in a Walmart or a Target for the entire holiday season.
For the duration. Yeah, he went one step further. Yeah.
My cousin, like, because I said, hey, Rich, you want to go to Guitar Center? He's like, I'm not going anywhere near that shit. And I'm not even saying we need to be online at 5:55.
Okay, Johnny, my turn.
Okay. Oh, so you're going for beer 2. I got beer 1 for me.
Right.
I got myself a Sam Adams Winter Lager.
There you go.
Have you had the Winter Lager?
No.
You got to try it.
I don't think Paul had it.
Oh.
Because literally, Gators, like, we ate dinner at like 2:00 Thursday.
Uh-huh.
And I ate so much, I think I actually even posted on Facebook, I ate so much there wasn't any room for air. Okay?
Yeah, I posted my 2 plates of Thanksgiving dinner to Twitter, and had myself a nice big bottle of the Samuel Smith Tatty Porter. Great dark beer, goes down smooth.
Right, and so after my 2 big plates of everything my parents could possibly put onto the plate, because keep in mind, I'm living on frozen food. So when I go home, my parents cook. I'm like, oh, just give me everything. Even things I wouldn't normally eat, give it to me. Okay? And then I had my soda or whatever, and I said, Paul, what do you got in beer downstairs? And we went down, and my old fridge that I had when I was living there is still there. It now holds all of Paul's alcohol. So,
Paul's taking over your fridge. Well,
Paul's
that's
taking over my old mini fridge.
Well, heck, when I was over there, he was having me pull out his beer from there on the show. That's why. I know this because I had to go there I had to listen to that show again to clip out the.
What are we drinking today? Stone smoked porter.
Yeah, but actually, that's not what we're drinking today because I saw Dune.
Wait, Gators, do you want the actual? What are we drinking today without Paul?
Oh, I doctored one together.
What are we drinking today?
But I suppose the source file would probably be a little better.
I'll see what I am. I don't know if I have it on this computer, but we'll see.
Of course, I got my favorite.
What are we eating today?
Yeah, you were saying, though.
That just wounds me.
By the way, I am in the Blue Moon Farmhouse Red.
Yes.
That Johnny does approve.
And I got
every time you play that, a kitten kills itself.
What are we eating today?
Meow.
I think it's not bad, considering that I just
think
on the
it's
fly.
not music.
On the fly, I just made a duplicate of that.
See, the funny thing is, I did that. I did the original of that in 5 minutes, maybe. But it's on key.
And I think it probably took 10 minutes to make mine.
Yeah, I mean
during the show.
Yeah, Well, I didn't bury it in reverb. And okay, your chord at the end might have been a little better than mine, but I did that little thing on the piano intentionally. That wasn't,
Well, I made my chord sound like that intentionally.
Your chord actually is more musical, but sort of.
Yeah, the flange on that's unreal if you can hear that in stereo.
So yeah, but no, I'm looking for a pre-decorated little Christmas. I don't want the Charlie Brown tree.
Well, you know what? I have to see if I think mine finally went away because I think I've told that story. I, for years, had my mother bought me. It was about 24 inches tall. It pre-decorated. Yeah. You pulled it out, plugged it in, put it back. Yeah. Yeah, and I have to see if I can find that. That was worth sending to you. I could probably find one somewhere. You know, the thing, back to the whole tree thing, I was going to ask Johnny.
We're going on Friday.
Well, here they have a place that, do you have places there where you go to take your old tree? And they take it and they usually chop it up or mulch it or whatever?
No, they actually have, there's 2 collections that you could leave out the tree with the garbage.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
I just take the tree out near the dumpster, prop it up there.
There you go. Well, what I was saying is here in town they actually have places where you can go to take a tree. What they do is they mulch them up or whatever.
Right.
Well, it's fun to go there just to look at the trees because you were talking about or the wood shop or whoever it was, Blue Orc was talking about
throw it with all ornaments on.
There are several there. You'll find at least one or two that
this
have.
This is the type of thing that my parents hated because, growing up, we would stop by Colonial Park where they'd have the tree collection, and they had instructions: take everything off the tree. And
because there's a certain amount of tinsel you can't get off. There's a certain amount of tinsel that's stuck for life.
Right.
But we're just right down to the lights and the balls on there.
Right.
Here's the thing.
And that's the type of thing that makes them stop doing things like that.
Yes.
This is why we can't have nice things. My dad's like, they're going to stop doing this collection, these idiots. Don't.
But Gators, you have to understand. Look, I have grown up around real trees every year. To this day, this year, my parents. Keep in mind, my mom is 62, my dad is 70. But because Paul's living with us, living with them, they can still do it. They go out and get real trees.
Drag the tree in.
My sister gets real trees. I really am not a fan of the fake tree. The last year, me and Kim were together, okay, and I helped her assemble her tree. Okay, now I say assemble because this thing came. You took it out of the box. Yeah, you took it out of the box. It was a pole, and you had to screw all the branches into this pole.
I've seen this.
Like, this isn't a tree. I feel like I'm playing with Legos now. You
know, just take it out, put up the pole, call it done. Happy Festivus.
But the thing is, so I don't really. But I can't bring a real tree in here.
No, and I'm going to the tree farm on Friday, cutting one down. Now I missed out last year because they don't have it open as many weeks during the season now because with the drought, there's a limit to the number of trees that they so I'm making sure to get there early this year. Right. But I'm going Friday because I'm on vacation this week. So
yeah, but again, like I want something in here. I don't even know if I'll be able to see it, okay? It's going to end up sitting on top of my dresser, which is all the way across the room. Who am I bringing here? Like, people don't come visit me, but it's just the symbolism. Like, it's the idea that I have a tree.
Yeah.
And I can't get the big 4, 5, 6 foot tree and put it in the apartment. And even if I lived in an apartment where I could, I don't think I could maintain a tree like that.
Yeah,
if I had a roommate, it'd be a different story. Like, I did try to convince Julian when me and Julian were sharing the apartment to get a tree, and he was all for it. But A, my parents never came and got me to take me to the tree place, and B, I would have been the one spending the fucking money on it.
Well, yeah, there is that.
I was gonna say, growing up, we never had a real tree ever in my house. The first real tree I ever had was when I moved out.
Right.
And I still, my wife still loves real trees. They're such a pain in the butt.
I love the smell. No, they are.
Needles everywhere. Needles.
I love
needles
the smell
everywhere.
of a real tree, and I don't know if the fake tree is going to give you that.
I always have to make sure and tell the dogs don't even think about it, because they always give it that look like, "Ooh, you're bringing the outdoors in." This means,
Oh, he's going to pee on the tree?
It hasn't happened, but I'm always worried about that.
The only problem we had with our dog was the eating of the tinsel, and I've told that story many times.
We did lose gingerbread men off the bottom of the tree, which I was blamed for, by the way.
You always knew it was Christmas when you saw a little twinkle come from behind the dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing
that's about as bad as every year my parents bake cookies, and they bake all kinds of cookies. And they used to put them out real early. And of course, what were the first ones to be completely destroyed, but over time, was the chocolate chip cookies. Because we all learned quickly that you just go out late at night and you lift up the foil and you grab a cookie or 2 or 4.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
And the one year I caught my mom doing it. And my dad. And they'd yell at us. They'd yell at us for eating it, but they were the worst offenders.
That's funny.
Yes.
Now they wait till the weekend before Christmas, which is fine because you keep the cookies out for too long, they get too hard.
Right.
Now they wait for the weekend before Christmas to make the cookies. So now there actually are still chocolate chip cookies by the time I get there.
Yeah, I heard a comedian one time that was complaining about the way things are in the world, that we live in a world now that you can actually have stale soft cookies. Because you have to, that's a problem.
Stale soft
because it used to be you knew when not to eat them. When they were, when you could go, tick, 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 tick on the counter, they were timed that's when you were done. They were timed to be thrown out. Not the case anymore.
Right. No.
Oh, well. Well, we'll see what happens. Hey, by the way, John, the music you're playing, is that from the from your 9-inch thingies, whatever?
No.
Or is this like
this is the Charlie Brown?
It sounds like the Charlie Brown. That's why I wanted.
Yeah. No.
I do that.
Oh, I could bring that
No,
up.
no, I like this. This is actually pretty cool. I like the Charlie Brown one.
No, this is a class. No, I used to bring when I had my job outside of my apartment, and I worked at a computer center, which is in the basement of the training center that I now live across the street from. I used to bring my Christmas CDs to work when I knew nobody was really coming in, and occasionally, like somebody would come in anyway, but they'd be treated. I would put on a Charlie Brown Christmas.
Yeah.
And and literally, like at one of the computers I was working at, stick the CD in the drive. And this is Windows 98 era,
Yeah.
And I'd put it on Christmas,
Which means every time you open up a program, it would pause for a moment. But
yeah,
yeah, that's always fun.
But
I've got all my Christmas CDs ripped on my work computer, so that around the holiday season I can easily pull those up.
See, now we do that.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I'd carry a whole bunch of CDs in my backpack.
We need to compare Christmas collections. So of course you got Charlie Brown, Percy Faith. You got Percy Faith?
No, most of my
Ray Conniff.
Christmas, most of my Christmas collection. Most of my Christmas collection is compilations.
Ah. Okay.
I do have all the Trans-Siberian Orchestras.
Yeah, not the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. They is it the same one that actually travels everywhere, or are there different? Are there different ones?
No, there's an East Coast group.
I wondered about that because they're here, and I'm like, wait a minute, why would they be in Wichita, Kansas, when they could be making bank somewhere else?
No, there's two different branches.
So it's like the Blue Man Group, then?
I guess so.
Whoa, wait, what? What?
There's more than one Blue Man Group.
Oh. Never going to Blue Man again, ever.
No, they're awesome. They're still awesome. You went and saw them?
No.
Oh.
I just see, now I'm bummed now. I want to see the Blue Man. I don't want to see
the original Blue Man Group, but then as it got popular, the thing is anyone can wear blue paint.
That's true. I never thought about that. It's like a boy. It's like a boy band.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't know who is in the East Coast Trans-Siberian Orchestra and the West Coast Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Well, you got to figure, they got to get all these extra musicians to cover all those parts anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I've been wanting to see that show for years. And I can never get anybody to go, or I don't have the money, or I'd have to buy someone else's ticket.
Well, I think if you went to the right place where you really had, a really good theater with good acoustics, it's probably fun to watch. The thing is, isn't the visual part of that a lot of it, though?
I mean, look, they're playing the music live. That's all that I want.
Well, I understand. I mean, they are, but I always thought I know there's a big light show that goes along with it, too.
There probably is, and that's fine for them. Look, if it was a big light show to the recording, I wouldn't waste my time. But they're playing it live, and I want to hear that music, because I've tried to play. I was in a band that played the popular Trans-Siberian Orchestra song, and it's easy for everybody but me. I'm the one who rips my hair out, because I got to cover like 2 keyboard parts and a whole orchestra, a whole string section and shit at the same time. So I want to see them pull this off.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out. So I'm curious about that.
Well, it looks like the closest they're coming to me is Sacramento. I don't feel like traveling up there.
That's a long ways. That's a lot of buses.
Yeah, like I said, I don't have the money. I don't have the money to go to a concert.
Is there a Blue Man Christmas?
A Blue Man Christmas? I don't know. But anyways, I
don't know if that would translate.
I have brought up my converted Custo Music
oh no
Christmas 16 RPM record. that I've converted by recording it at 96K and changing the setting to 48K. Oh, there we go. It's just like being in a department store.
Oh, absolutely. Makes me want to go buy shoes now.
And yes, people have been grabbing my torrent of this.
Oh, really?
Really.
Well, how long does this thing play?
Well, this is one record that plays for 75 minutes.
Wow.
Damn.
Well, the thing
I didn't know there was 75 minutes of original music for
the
Christmas.
Custom Music Christmas Library consists of 13 records, which this is only record number 13, because records 1 through 12...
Holy crap, 13 of those damn things?
Right. Well, I think typically the Seaberg unit would hold 16 records and cycle... And the thing was awesome, because as a tone arm, with a needle on the top and bottom... And the thing has two opposite spinning spindles, so that it plays, you know, the needle on the top plays the bottom of the record, then it drops down and plays the top of the record, then the next record comes down and plays the one, you know, so it plays both sides of the records, and the mechanism, once all the records have dropped, lifts all the records back up and starts it over.
Jesus.
So it was a really long loop, because each record's over an hour. You know, so you got over 16 hours.
Is it one side over an hour, or is it both sides?
Both sides. I recorded both sides of this record. So
so you get a good, like, 13 plus hours.
Right.
Which is more than enough for most store days.
Yeah. And Custom Music made their own... I don't think they made their own... I don't know if they made units or they just made records for the Seaberg units, but... Their Christmas library, it's interesting because I don't have a full set, but the ones I bought off of eBay came with the original letter that was sent with the set of records, basically saying, please store these records in a cool, dry place. You'll be using these next year. And records 1 through 12 is a mixture of standard music with Christmas music thrown in. I don't have all of them, but I have like about half a set, so I got to play those in and pull the Christmas tunes out.
Right.
But then record 13 is all Christmas music, so I recorded that one in right away, and that's what I've been jamming out to.
See, that makes me laugh because you're talking. When were these out? Like 19. What?
I don't know. I mean, the thing is Seaberg was making these up to the late 90s, and then I think they went out of business.
Oh, the records?
Yeah. Well, the thing is once you had the unit, it was a subscription service, and they'd service it. And, you know, if people still have the units, they still made the records for them up, even though tape was a viable thing and they had tape units. The records were still in service up to the 90s. 70s, late 70s.
Right, I was going to say the 90s, because the thing 70s. That makes me laugh
Did I say 90s? I meant 79.
How many people I've talked to who work in retail who deal with, music, and they're like when Paul used to, because Paul told the story in an old NHB automation from like 2001 or whatever, but when he worked at Rickles.
Rickles, yes.
This is I remember that. The 80s. This is in the 80s, and he used to be able to like memorize the loop of music, so because it was all like the same tape over and over and over again. And it's funny how now in the old days they had these things where you never heard the same song twice, generally, because you had 12, 13 records in an hour each. But modern days you get like maybe a 3 hour loop of music.
Well, and I think also didn't it also shuffle automatically?
Well, you know what's cool, because we're watching the clip on that tape unit. The tape version of the Custom Music Library would hold 6 cartridges, which were similar to an 8-track tape cartridge in the sense that they had 4 programs on them, although I believe it was mono and they played at 1.78 inch per second. And so you had 6 tapes, 4 programs in each tape, and it would mix up and randomize what it would do at the end of the program. It wouldn't just play 1 through 4 on tape 1, 1 through 4 on tape 2. After it got to the end of a program, it would go to a random tape, random program. So you would never get all the programs in the same order.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool that they introduced a little randomness to it. And I did win the auction for those tapes, so I've got a Custom Music Library of Christmas tapes coming.
Which, by the way, you don't even know that you can do what you want to do, correct? Because you want to re-reel these things.
I'm pretty sure. Well, I also bought a Buy
He's
It
pretty
Now.
Sure, people.
I bought a Buy It Now auction of 6 empty take-up reels. and I'm pretty sure I can spool. I'm pretty sure they're 4-track tapes, so I should be able to spool. And I'm pretty sure they're quarter-inch, so I should be able to spool them on my take-up reels, cue them up on my quad 4-track deck that does 3 3/4. Record them in at 96.
You'll have to let us know what weekend that is because we won't bother you.
Yeah, that's the weekend I'll be looking on Twitter.
That'll be the weekend.
They're scheduled to arrive on Thursday.
Like right now, if I look at Johnny's name on Instant Messenger, it's green.
Thursday
It will not be green on that day.
Thursday, you're either going to see me bitching about this not working, or you're going to see me bitching about the mailman or the UPS
Not getting
man.
there yet.
Not getting there. Because since I'm not working this week, I had them deliver. I gave them my home address to deliver them to.
Right.
Ah, there we go.
See, now you've done it. Now they know where to send the boxes full of shit when you blast them on Twitter.
Or they'll just say, "Hey, let's send them extra stuff." I don't know, maybe not.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But anyways, it's not. It's got 6 Christmas tapes and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 non-Christmas tapes. I'm only going to deal with the Christmas one to start with.
Wow.
2 of the Christmas tapes are broken, so I don't even have to take.
Well,
the
I
splice
have
off.
to know: is this stuff that can't be sourced from somewhere, or you just don't know what it is? Is that how it works?
I don't know who recorded this, or if it's still being used in music systems.
Because
day.
I mean, a lot of this stuff, I guess, there were more orchestras back in the day. They could have just,
There's
literally.
probably some studio orchestra that they just. I don't know where the music came from. I really don't. There's not many people that care much about this stuff. You can find just about everything online, but not this.
It's not like someone's going to walk into the store and go, "Wait, that sounds like my violin."
Well,
playing.
like every town, like B98, I think, is our station here that plays that stuff.
What,
Right.
this stuff?
Well, yeah, during the Christmas time, they play Christmas music.
Well, they don't
yeah.
play music.
They don't play
system
this.
Christmas.
Well, no,
they
you're
have-
right. Not the music stuff. I forget this.
They
There's
might
a
play
verse of this.
Montavani,
Woodshop does right. It says, "Poor Emily, her show's going to get hijacked by a Gators rant."
No, Emily puts me in my place when I'm.
That's true. Emily, she has learned how to mute the channel.
Well, the thing is that I've made an effort to sit back when she did her show and step up when needed, and she is not afraid to let me know. Okay, back off a little bit, or okay, could you help me out a little bit?
Johnny, for God's sake, shut up!
That's right.
Yes. No, she did at one point early in the show say, "You're too much, back off." And then at some point, she needed help, and she asked me to step up. So we type behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That's
Dude,
right.
How many radio stations in your area have switched to all Christmas format?
Well, I don't know. The one is the only one I know of.
I don't listen
Just
to
the
FM.
one. I think just the one, as far as I know.
I don't-
I could be wrong, though.
See, here's the thing. I don't either, but in my area, there's 2 stations. And it's, ironically, they're both the soft rock stations. Okay?
Well, that's kind of what B98 is.
Yeah, the 106.7 Light FM, which Gators, I'm sure you remember them.
Oh, yeah.
And Magic 98.3, which is the New Brunswick station.
WMGQ.
And because I live in New Brunswick, 98.3, because I guess I'm so close to the transmitter, 98.3 comes in so strong that it literally takes out like 4 or 5 stations on either side.
Well, I just did a search for B98 FM, and it came
98.3.
up. It says your Christmas station.
WMGQ.
Yeah. See, Gators knows that too. I didn't think.
Here's
they knew that.
a Magic 98.3 Motown memory. Here.
No, they don't do that anymore.
They don't do the Motown memory?
Oh, I don't think so. Not that I've heard.
Oh. Because I know this, because the office I worked at, when my dad got me to work at a company he worked at,
Yeah.
their hold system just streamed 98.3. And they have speakers throughout the building that just played Magic 98.3 all day.
Yeah, the training center that I used to go to.
Here's what's playing, by the way, on B98.
Yeah.
That's what I get to hear. That's our music. So there we go. I'll turn it. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I can live with that.
That's what I got.
See,
Is Whitney?
I want the old school.
The training center that I went to, they're in the office where they do all the cooking stuff. They have Magic 98.3.
Now, Woodshop says you probably have 2 Christmas stations, one in English, one in Spanish. So one's like all Feliz Navidad all the time. Now, does Jay still do his Christmas stuff anymore, or is that long gone? Is that
Sounds of the Season?
Yes.
I do not know.
Because that was a big thing Jay did every year.
Jay did really when he wasn't doing the plague, or I'm sorry, the plague.
The plague. That's right.
Did you guys ever hear the spoof we did on
Oh
that?
yeah. What am I? The plague.
I've totally missed out on something in the history of this station. It sounds like.
Oh yeah, that was a big thing for the while.
Jay
I'm not
Squared.
familiar with Jay's and what he does off the station.
Jay
except
Squared
for tweeting.
ran a top 40 modern hit station, and he called it The Plague.
Oh,
but
cool.
whenever he'd do like ads, like the IDs and stuff for it, it was the way he said it. It wasn't The Plague. It was The Plague. You know?
Yeah, he went big radio for the plague.
Yeah. So we'd all get like ridiculous making fun of him.
Right.
About the way he said the play, and Neff was great. Neff would be like the play.
Yeah.
And we did this whole thing where she was so over the top with it that she sounded like she was falling off a cliff. And so we had like Rad put reverb on it and have her land in a pool. And
yeah, always big fun.
Oh, it was so funny. Jay didn't use it though. I was very upset. That
But Jay, for as long as I've been on NHB, Jay had during Christmas time. He used to have his own streaming. He sold. He had a server, and he would sell slots off of it, and that was one of the things he did. He had Christmas music.
Right.
Yeah. No, he would have. Yeah, he would change the plague over to Sounds of the Season around this time. I don't know if he's doing it or not.
Well, and it used to get a lot of people listen. Quite a few. For back in the day, it was a lot for back in the day.
That was one of the rare times when his station would kick the living shit out of NHB because it was he's playing Christmas music. I don't know if he's doing it though. I should yell at him. I should ask him because he's on Twitter.
Well, I know there was a stream I used to listen to at work, if we had enough bandwidth that day, that was called Christmas Vinyl, and they kept on talking about how all theirs came right off the vinyl.
Yeah, no, this wasn't it.
Well, I know that wasn't it, but that was what I listened to.
Yeah.
And of course, I've got my I DVR'd the Yule log last year, so that gives me 4 hours of Christmas music.
Well, I knew Christmas was upon us when I realized that Johnny had changed the picture on his Facebook page to the Yule log.
Yes, I
noticed that.
The what's that? The top part, the cover, or the. I did that earlier today, actually, or last night, I believe I did that. When I updated the cover of my Facebook page to the Yule log.
That's true.
Yeah, it's about that time, isn't it?
And you know the great thing is I retweeted an announcement from the Yule log's Twitter account, and the Yule log.
The Yule log has a Twitter account.
Yes, and when you retweet it, it follows you. So the Yule log follows me now.
Oh no!
Yes.
I realize I have something called Rockapella Christmas.
Oh, I'll have to get that.
Actually, that's kind of cool.
That's Rockapella.
That's Rockapella. Yeah.
I'd never heard of them, but it was sad. This is
in
my
the
collection.
world is Carmen San Diego.
This is in my. I hear it. This is a little more upbeat here.
Just came back from a lovely trip along the Milky Way. I stopped off at the North Pole, spend a holiday. I called on dear old
That's actually pretty cool.
to see what I could see.
I've got like 5 albums of this.
Told his
Wait, I only got 2 actually.
you better watch out. You better not.
Well, there you go. I actually have something nobody else has. Amazing.
Now wait a minute, dude. If you like that, you
Well, I don't know if I like it. It's just different.
Well, no. What you need to do in the same kind of style, you need to look up a band called Straight No Chaser.
Okay.
Well, you know, I actually picked up a sealed vinyl Christmas record off Amazon this past year. Yes, you could still get a sealed copy off Amazon because of one of my favorites that my mom had a record of that I probably could just ask someone to mail it to me because I don't think anyone listens to it. But I had to buy my own copy of the Do Re Mi children's chorus.
Oh, come on, Gators.
You better watch out. You better not cry. Better not pout. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to record that one in, make myself a CD or FLAC files.
No, they Straight No Chaser does the most interesting version of the 12 Days of Christmas I've ever heard. Because
I think that's what this is here.
Yeah.
On the first day of Christmas,
That's it.
won't you look into me, a partridge in
I'll skip up a little bit.
11th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 11 pipers snapping, 10 lords a leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 10 maids and milking, 7 swans a swimming.
Yep, those guys got some skills.
No, hold on.
3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
On
the 12th day of Christmas,
that's
I
it.
had a little dreidel. I made it out of clay, and when I was trying
Yeah.
No, keep going, keep going. Keep going. What they do here is after everyone starts skipping.
Sorry. I've never seen the video of this.
No, this is great. Watch this.
I think this is when they're going to Africa, isn't it?
Yeah.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me.
Which Johnny loves, by the way.
What's wrong with Africa?
On the 12th day, my true love gave to me 12 drummers drumming like
It is very cool.
Look,
This is yacht rock, and Johnny hates it.
When I first heard that, I was blown the fuck away.
It is cool. It is
That
very cool.
Okay, I'll give
It is
him that.
very
That is
cool,
cool.
Yeah.
Isn't that what it is, Johnny? Yacht rock? Did I get that right?
Yeah. Toto is totally yacht rock.
Yes.
What?
Yacht
rock.
Yacht rock.
Yacht rock?
Ooh, gosh.
Search for it on YouTube.
Speaking of which, sorry. Wow.
Oh, you're damn lucky this show's over.
Saved by Jay-Z.
Damn lucky. I was about to go
up.
nuclear on your ass.
YouTube it. Yacht rock.
I had never heard of it. I had never heard of the term before until Johnny come along.
No. I'm not taking this from the dude who has Yoko Ono in his collection willingly.
Yoko Ono
the Do Re Mi
technically
Christmas
doesn't
Choir. Your
qualify as
credibility's
yacht
none of
rock.
null and void.
There you go, people.
Don't even. No. You are not going to sit here and insult any band that I happen to like when you listen to the Archies.
Hey, I'll take the Archies over Toto anyway.
I'll bet you will.
Johnny, are you still there? For whatever reason, I'm not seeing you anymore.
Is my picture's not updating? Is it?
I've lost you. Yeah, I've lost you completely.
Oh.
That's what he gets for insulting Toto.
I have a still shot of you right now. You're like.
And I noticed I wasn't moving.
If you're wondering if Johnny looks like, he looks like this.
I was thinking, geez,
I can only hope they grab this for one of my
moving.
front page pictures.
That was. You know what's funny? When I was testing the Vaughn live yesterday, I was basically streaming it in the next room while I was playing early Beatles stereo mixes over here, because you got the music pan to one side, vocals pan to the other.
Right.
Great way to be able to easily tell by walking to the next room. Oh, that's
actually,
stereo.
That's cool. Yeah.
And when I would disconnect from the stream, Chris had said, "Oh, it was funny because you just the last frame was what just stuck on the screen." So she just had like a picture be like. Oh man, my camera's working now, so that totally worked.
There. Well, you're sort of back. It's like a bandwidth issues or something.
Well, I am streaming MGQ right now because I was going to try to see if.
What's funny is it goes.
They're not going to do an old Motown memory. They're doing
There we go.
Christmas.
It jumps to the stock picture footage of you with you passed out, which is good.
Oh, that's great. Yeah,
that's great.
Well,
yeah.
that's the end of the show, so it's not worth troubleshooting
That's
right
true.
now.
So YouTube, grab this link.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, grab that one there. I'm a Toto fan, Damon. So there we go.
Yeah, look, I mean.
There we go. Johnny gets here. Let me click on Johnny's face there. There it is. Grab that one, YouTube.
There
songs,
we go. I could play you songs from Toto that would totally and utterly destroy the yacht rock myth.
I like Toto.
I do too.
Yeah.
Hey,
actually,
hey,
Johnny sent me a CD of Toto. So wait. He sent me files for archival purposes in case his apartment burned down.
You a DVD version off of the 5.1 mix that came off the SACD of Toto 4.
That's a lot of letters.
Which was a modern 5.1 mix, so it wasn't as impressive as some of the quad stuff I.
That's like I do have a new idea for a parody.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it to the tune of Too Legit to Quit. It's going to be called Too Much Shit to Click. This is what happens when we start adding video stuff.
Dude, I gotta hear this.
Yes, that's my new one. I'm going to do.
I want.
That's
you
my.
to do
That's
that.
what I'm going to do next week. I'm going to do my too much shit to click.
I just want to hear Dune rap.
Yeah, well, I'll do the best I can.
We've heard.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
Damon, 26 seconds. Give it to us.
I got nothing.
All right.
Yeah.
NHBShow.com.
NHB Radio, yeah, NHBShow.com. Big deal. NHBRadio.com.
That's right.
And DamonF.com. Buy my single.
That's right.
99 cents.
That's right. Tuesday, Vamp. Wednesday, Johnny. Saturday, Emily. Be there.
VaughnLive.tv/Johnny Gator.
I'm glad that's over.
Man, that was awful. Boy, I know. You know what I hated most? What? Everything stuck.
If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer.
Just blow this joint.
It's time to blast off for Dreamland.
Don't go away mad. Just go away.
Let's call it a day. Everybody, go home.
Good night, lady.
See you later, alligator.
Go in peace, Cinnamore. I'm out of here.
Now, run along and play with your little toys.
Oh, it just gets worse and worse.
Please come again.
I have exorcised the demon. This house is clear.
Not.
That's all, folks.
We are leaving.
This tape will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Louis, shoot the radio.